Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Texas, bringing you guys something special that you guys have been wanting for a long time. Bringing you guys a MUT podcast now. This podcast is already established. It's the MUTMEN.
Yes, sir.
Episode number 43. We got Gutfoxx, who brought me along last week over on his channel. You guys should check it out. And now we're doing this over on my channel. For those that want to get updated with the MUTMEN podcast, you can subscribe via iTunes or subscribe to both our channels. We'll be uploading this to our channels every single week. His will be on next week on his channel, and then week after that will be mine again. So it's going to be every other week kind of scenario for these types of podcast videos. So hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying these. Hopefully we do a lot more of these in the future, and hopefully it's not as bad as the post-apocalyptic intro we had last week, and we'll make this thing better. But this is going to be fun, man. We got MUTMEN number 43, and we're about to get underway, and we got a lot of things to talk about over here in Madden 17. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. You excited about this, Gutfoxx?
Wait. Before we get into it, I feel like you're overselling the apocalyptic podcast last week. It wasn't that bad. I got a lot of people telling me you did a great job, Texas.
Yeah. So I agree. I went back and listened to it actually because I was trying to. As my talk, she does it every single time. I went back and listened to it. For real though. Hey, who you barking at? Well, yeah, I went back and listened to it. I'm like, yo, like the intro. Clearly I could tell, but then I calmed down. You made me feel comfortable about myself. We
put on a little soft music.
Yeah. It felt the candles are on, and it was good. You're like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. We're gonna get through this. And I felt good. I felt good at the end of the day. So we're gonna try to navigate this new partnership. So we're gonna make this less awkward going forward, and hopefully we stray away from stuff like that, like it happened last week. But it's gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be a fun.
I think so.
Fun show today, especially too.
Yeah, a lot of content. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to start it off right away, or should I just talk about the first thing we want to talk about?
Let's get to the first thing you want to talk about, because like my list is there, but it's not like organized, and I don't want to jump around. You're more organized than I am, so.
Okay, first thing I want to get into. I think Chem uniforms were the biggest change to the game this past week, with them putting them into the game. Like the away uniforms now are all the defensive combos. Like there's 6,000 possible combinations of these jerseys, and home is every offensive combo. Most people probably already know this, but what did you think about that with these new jerseys, and did you like the way they implemented it versus how would you have preferred to do it?
I do like the jerseys. Now the 6,000 combination I'm kind of disappointed in, because it kind of killed the value of some of these some of these jerseys that we wanted to see. So every team has basically the same Chems. So if you're a Niners fan, if you're a Titans fan, if you're a Steelers fan, you basically get the same jerseys. And 6,000 just seems way too many. That means that guys or whoever was doing all that work spent so much time when it could have just been probably 64 unique ones. But I guess they had to go with all that so that way they can at least put a bunch of content over here in this game that we've been demanding, because a lot of us had a lot of those collectibles. So I think they could have implemented it better by making some of them, I guess, like more rare. Like obviously the color rush uniforms are more rare because of their colors, but the chemistries in the particular, they could have made them a little bit better by excluding some from certain teams. Because why does a team that airs the ball out got a bruising back chemistry uniforms?
Yeah, I think I disagree with you on that. I don't like rare items in the game, and I don't want them to make things more rare. I wish they made it more available for every single possible combination. Like, so in my mind, what I hoped that they were going to do was have some sort of like crafting bench that you see in a lot of other games, where you could say, take your bronze Pittsburgh jersey, that's my favorite team, and then you find these certain other items like AB chemistry and RR chemistry or other random chemistries. You somehow combine it, maybe give some coins, and then you have your jersey that you can wear. Whereas now it's all up to RNG, and a lot of complaints about Madden with the RNG just in the game in general. Pack odds, catches, everything, the random number generators in Madden. So that's what I would prefer them to make it like more definite. Was my goal, or what I kind of hope they were going to do. But I don't hate how they did it. I still think it's really neat. I really do enjoy their new system.
Yeah, I don't mind it so much as well, but I just don't. I'm trying to process, like, okay, this team, such as the Cowboys, obviously they run the ball a lot, but their defense is terrible. So why are the Cowboys having not vertical, there's elite Chems, obviously. Why do they have deep threat and chain mover? Like, I feel like it should kind of be excluded what those teams did well. And also, they could have implemented some team chemistries on those as well, but it's just going to be the elite chems as opposed to other things. So I feel like they dropped the ball on some of the things, but at the same damn time, I can't criticize them being they dropped 6,000 different combinations of uniforms over here in this game. Like that's crazy. That's so much stuff. That's almost as much as they did with that trash ass promo a couple years ago with all those collectibles for each team. yeah, I was annoying. So I can't really get too mad at them for it. I just really wish they could have added a little bit more and it had a little bit more specifics for certain teams' skill sets.
I see what you're saying. Kind of like match their playbooks to their jerseys.
Yes.
The reason I don't like that is because say I'm an old school Pittsburgh Steelers fan where all we did was run the ball down your throat like an old throwback 70s Steelers, whereas now they're much more of like a passing attack. You know, they got Le'Veon Bell, but they also have a great quarterback and receiver. And so if I want to play as like the Dallas type offense, you know, the throwback Steelers, I don't want to have to wear Dallas uniforms. That's like the enemy. They beat us in the Super Bowl. I don't want to wear that stuff just because I want to run that offense.
Yeah, which makes sense. I understand people have those ill will towards wearing the other characters, other opponents, the enemy uniforms. But at the same time, if it's the only uniform you need for the chemistry, you got to wear it. Like you have to. But I just don't see the point in a team that airs the ball out having to have the two bruising back Chems. Like that just doesn't make much sense to me. And then the Steelers uniforms for that, it also could have had the Pittsburgh uniform, which is actually kind of useful at tier 2. And it's kind of hard to get, like you said last week, because you had to use an 87 overall Big Ben. So they kind of should have added some of those. But I guess we'll get some of those down the line, I would think. They would have to add those at this point. Yeah,
having the team chems on the team jerseys would have made a lot of sense. You're right there.
And also on the playbooks as well.
Yep. But. Yeah, I think so. All right, let's move on. I kind of want to talk about things we just talked about right before the podcast. You made a sentence towards something that was a really good teaser for me. I don't know what you were talking about, but what did you mean when you said how to make +1s less annoying? Can you give a background?
So I was thinking about this all day today because we all are annoyed with the +1s. I made a video on my channel, put it on Twitter actually, just the intro of the Salt Bay guy sprinkling +1s all over the Logan Ryan 91, making it 93, and then you compare the card side by side. There's only a +1 increase on certain things, and you got the Des Bryant that just came out, who basically is the same as his 93, except for the fact he has an extra Dallas Kim and 1 better speed. They're the same card, and so I was like, what can they do to make these +1s better? Now, Team of the Week is unfortunately coming to an end, which I think a lot of people are actually screaming hallelujah because nobody cared about Team of the Week at all this year. It is week 19, week 18, and we're still pulling the same overall cards we were a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
But people are tired of the +1s increase, obviously. So I was thinking back what they could have did this year to make those guys stand out a little bit more, especially because these guys are getting cards after a primetime performance or after a great game on the weekend. So I think this was last year, maybe a couple years ago, where we had those what they call Monday night or Friday night performers, where they would get overall increases based on a certain day of the week.
Yeah. That's Monday night. Yep.
Yeah. So if these Team of the Weeks had that same program, like for example, if Des Bryant had a great game on Thursday night, every Thursday night he jumped up certain stats, like better catching, better route running, and just make that guy just a little bit much more better than the +1 increase in his 93. I think people might not be as angry about that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's a great idea. I'm going to tell you why they eliminated that Monday night promo problem. Mm-hmm. It's along with EA babying their game and their gamers. Like I've always said, MUT is a great way to teach 12-year-olds about the free market. The reason they got rid of that Monday Night Hero thing is that people, because they boosted up to like 93 or 95 overall on Mondays, people would sell them for like 40,000 coins on Mondays. And then like they go down because people didn't know that they were only temporary cards. So they buy them at 40,000, and then like Tuesday, Wednesday came, and oh my God, I got this 84 overall card now. Let me sell them for 2K. So people would do this rinse and repeat every week, and people would take advantage of the market because of their inflated overalls on one night. So because EA wants to get investors and high knowledge people out of the economy making coins, and I've talked about this a few times, and I hate it. They're really putting the pinch on us. They did it with what was it?
The collectibles, right, for the Team of the Week?
Yeah, Team of the Week collectibles and Schefter Stars. Mm-hmm. So Schefter Stars were a great way to make coin last year for people that knew how to work it. And so EA put the pinch on those people that take advantage of the market again. That's why they wouldn't. I don't think they'll ever do something like that because people take advantage of other people in the market.
That does make sense, but at the same time, they're cool to take advantage of us with these terrible pack guys, man. They'll bend us over backwards and just let us have it from behind.
See, that's okay with them though. I mean, they're okay they're okay doing that to us.
Yeah. They don't want us doing it to them, and other people, which is kind of. This makes no sense at all. All right, so here's another idea they can do. So we can't do the +1s for the Monday night. I was thinking about this as well. So they're going crazy with the milestones this year, but we have yet to see a milestone solo or milestone set with a limited time player. Everything has been centered around players already in this game, which is, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm really excited about that. I've been bitching and complaining about Madden making all the cards that in my binder irrelevant with new cards every single year. And this year's the only year that actually giving us value back for the cards that are already over here in this game. So I've been happy with it. But for the limited time cards, such as that Percy Harvin, the Des Bryant, or anybody that comes out limited wise, they don't basically get an upgrade if a new card comes out. So Des Bryant has a 9th overall team of the week. Why not just put him in a milestone set just to give people who already have their card in their team with collectibles a chance to get the updated version? Because it's not much better. Like I know you're gonna lose money with people like not pulling packs, but at the same time you're gonna reward guys that already have a card in the team that is essentially the same player.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like that would make a lot of sense to milestone more players like that to give you value on your old teams. I don't have an argument against that.
Because limited time cards, so it's only a limited supply over here in this game. If EA thinks it's going to be an issue, they can just buy the cards up before anybody does it. They can plan ahead. Like, oh, we're going to drop the Des Bryant tomorrow, so let's do a milestone set for Des Bryant. But let's go to the auction block and buy all 15 that are up there right now.
Yeah, as we saw them do with the Moss. I don't know. I know they put the Carl Joseph, who was out of a present, so he was kind of limited time because he was only he only came out of packs or presents one day. But I think a milestone's a great way if they expand that program. I think do you think they were just testing it out this year with their milestones? The next year they'll expand the program, or do you think are they happy with it as
I think they're fine with the way it is because I don't think they thought chemistry should be this big of a deal, and people out here doing the solos every single day and knocking those out every single Sunday are keeping they're enjoying it because I'm not gonna lie, people are not really feeling the chemistry that much. They don't play them, but me personally, I'm really enjoying it. So I like to see I wake up every Sunday early in the morning just to check out who the new milestone players are.
Yeah,
like a kid on Christmas.
It is amazing. That's just a larger point about this chemistry. So we showed that it works in previous Madden. It gave +5s, but it never targeted overall. And this is something I made fun of you in your comments once for when you're all hyped on chemistry because Madden 16 text was all about overalls don't matter. Madden 17 text is all like, oh my God, this chemistry just boosted my overall by a couple points. Like you're all about it now. Yeah. So it was just pretty interesting text, the transition from year to year.
You know what's kind of funny about that too? People will say text, does chemistry matter? I'm like, I don't think it does, but whatever. I still rock with it. I'd be out here with 99 block shit, Clowney, Lutele, Derek Wolfe, Olivier Vernon, and I'd be losing games. Like, you don't think answer the quarterback. So I don't think it matters that much, but it's still nice to see. It's still nice to see an effort. Like, to make it an effort to make it actually appear. Like, I don't want them to really. Like, if it works, it works, but I want them to make an effort. If you're going to put money into this game, at least make a concerted effort to show me that it's not broken.
Yeah. So that talk about that Clowney. Dude, if that thing's fully cummed out, you can't stop that card.
Nobody can stop that card. Like, nothing is created to stop a 6'5", 89 speed, 99 block shed monster coming off the edge.
No, it's just like you can't run
except
left.
Except for in Madden where number 10, which is probably going to be a small wide receiver, can block the dude because this is Madden. Anything can happen. I was so mad. I lost the game like that, dog. Dude threw a toss play out of the damn trip set, right? Yeah. Number 10 came down and cracked Clown. Clown's like, what am I doing? I'm getting pushed out of the way. All right, I'll just get pushed out of the way. I'm like, you mother. I don't want to fight him so badly that I would lose because he's a mutant. He's not human.
That's great. Yeah. About the +1s with this Dez, man, it's so annoying. And I don't know. People say the chemistry is the way to make it up the +1s, but it's so weird. Like, the +1s are like the biggest complaint from the Madden community. That's like the easiest to fix for the Madden developers. Like, we complain about swerving, we complain about field goal blocking, and like this, I think the most. But they're not fixing it. Why do you think the Madden developers are so stubborn with their vision of +1 overall upgrades on these cards?
Because people still buy packs. That's what it comes down to. And people and I think to make the cards more common too, because before, like, the good team of the week cards are super rare. That Khalil Mack you pulled is still like 600,000 coins. So the good ones actually have value. People realize, you know what? This card's actually kind of common, so I'm not going to complain about it. So Des Bryant, he's only a +1 overall increase. At least he's not 800,000 coins. Like, at least he's only 100,000 coins more than his 93. So if I want to upgrade to that Dallas Chem in order to get that tier 2, it's going to be not that bad of an upgrade.
That's
because usually before like these +1s, a lot of these cards be going for like 400, 500,000 coins more. Like, what is this? This is not an upgrade. Like, an example of this was the Jamie Collins. I brought this up in your stream a while back. The Jamie Collins 89 left outside linebacker card.
Okay.
It compared just like the 86 middle linebacker. The only thing that was out of position. You couldn't compare the two. It was the same card, but people didn't realize it. So the price of the 86 was like 10,000 coins, and the price of the new one was 100,000 coins. So that's what is that?
Well,
10%. That's like 90% more.
It's got +2 speed.
Yeah, I mean, was that justifies it being that much more? It's the same card. Like, it legitimately is the same card out of position. You can't compare the two.
Yeah,
and that's how a lot of the cards were at the beginning, where you maybe couldn't compare the two, or they were like a lot more because they were so rare to get. Before Little Jimmy made an appearance, it was annoying. At least now the cards are a little bit more common, and people were actually pulling them out of packs, so that way the price comes down. And even though they are annoying to see, at least the price reflects it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's a few certain things that go into the price of cards. It's rarity, name value, how good they are on the field with their stats and their overall. So I think the rarity kind of made this other limited time left outside linebacker, Jamie Collins, is why he's so much more than his regular middle linebacker version too.
Yeah, rarity, and also you couldn't compare the two. So you can't compare the two. You're not gonna basically make any.
Fortunately, Muthead allows us to compare the two.
Yeah, Muthead is the greatest invention.
You want to move on to the next thing? All right. Well, let's just talk about this one thing quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Mutt Guru tweeted. Do you want to get the background, or should I?
You can go to the background. Okay. I have the tweet in front of me.
So Mutt Guru tweeted that he's streaming tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Now, the podcast might go up after this, but based on the speculation, because he only streams around content time, and there's no content at 10:30 on Wednesdays, is the speculation. So people are saying, hey, Team of the Year tomorrow? And then me and Tex were having this conversation before, and I'm like, I don't know about Team of the Year, because he still haven't tweeted out the Team of the Year defense, like the poll that they put out on the main account. Or who do you think's Team of the Year defense? So I think that might be next Tuesday, but we could get new like playoff players tomorrow, which would make sense, like all the 4 remaining teams' players. Tex, what do you think about that? Like now remember, Tex, once you say this, people are gonna know what happened.
That is true. I think we get Team of the Year tomorrow, just based off of because the Pro Bowl is what, 2 weeks from now? It's after this next set of games.
Yeah.
And so next week we're not getting Team of the Week, so that'd be a good time for Team of the Year next week. But why would somebody stream on a Wednesday when there's nothing in the game to do? Like, you can't even pull, if you pull packs on a Wednesday, you're an idiot, because there's nothing in packs to pull for.
Yep.
Flashbacks come out Thursday, then you got the Team of the Week guy stays in packs until Wednesday morning.
Yep.
So what are they going to drop on Wednesday in order to have somebody who's playing much stream? Now, he may not even stream Madden. He may stream like something else. So we may be like reading into this completely wrong. Like, he may be on there streaming some Destiny or streaming some Overwatch. That may be what he's doing. But if it's Madden, like, what's the point? So if it's gonna be Madden, it has to be something revolving around Team of the Year.
So it's just a big troll, is what you're saying?
It might be a big troll, because I don't know what he's gonna do, because even playoff content coming out tomorrow, I don't know that's gonna be a draw on a Wednesday. Usually they wait till the weekend for all that stuff. It makes sense. I wouldn't mind getting content on a Wednesday. Like, if you start getting some, well, actually no, I don't want no final editions just yet. But if we start getting some different content, it'd be kind of cool, because so far Wednesday really is like the slowest day in the MUT calendar. I just don't know what exactly we can get tomorrow that's gonna have a MUT guy stream MUT.
We've seen almost all new promos launch on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
So Wednesday, who knows? Anyways, moving on to that speculation. That's just raw speculation from us. All right.
Yeah, speculation. Also, before we get off MUT Guru, we were talking about this earlier. So last week on the podcast on Gutfoxx's channel, I mentioned that we weren't going to be getting any solos until probably after the Super Bowl, and I was wrong about that. But apparently, I kind of wasn't. We had MUT Guru tweet this out. Been working, quote. I mean, is parentheses, right? Or it's parentheses? Parentheses, begging, parentheses in, hard to get you new solos for 2 months plus. Playoff solos are now available. So apparently, behind the scenes, Guru has been working for 2 months to get his new solo. So we got Gauntlet in December, and it's been 2 months. So he's been behind the scenes trying to get his new and more souls to play for 2 months, and he finally got it to come to fruition. So how much does the feedback mean to these guys at EA when we constantly see people messaging them on EA Sports Gauntlet, and Groove is over here working in the shadows trying to get us some solos, and they're just like, nah, not yet.
Yeah, maybe he's not working it hard enough. Like maybe he uses teeth or something.
That's so crazy because 2 months. So I know people want Journey again. They want also we got last year, but it seems like they're slowing down on the solos release, which is a good and a bad thing because I play all the solos. So it kind of makes me mad when I got to get on and play them. But when they're not in the game, I just relax. I'm cool. But a lot of people who don't want to spend money in the game kind of get screwed out of this. Just like the guys that got screwed out of not being able to get the Team Hero sets done.
Yep.
So it kind of sucks that EA is not listening to the community feedback. Like, they're complaining about a lot of things in this game, but the one thing that people keep playing over and over again are just going to be solo challenges. And I don't know why they're not actually just putting them in the game. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's funny because when Madden first launched, EA bragged that the solos for MUT is their most played game mode. So the fact that they'd ignore it for that long and it'd take MUT Guru a lot of extra side blow jobs to get them out for us, it's kind of amazing to me that they'd have to do it that way. And when you talk about those Team of the Month guys too, it's funny. Did you hear those people got their their gifts basically of free 50 Team of the Month players? Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so people who did it after the playoff blog, the old Team of the Month players, they put their collectibles in the set. They got a gift back from EA because EA communicated wrong. So at least EA made it up to people, but still. Moving on, I know you want to talk about abilities in the game.
And it's not just me want to talk about them. I get this question a lot. People always want to know, like, what's the best chemistries to run? What are the best abilities to run? And I'm not that big on abilities this year, and I know you tested most of all the players, so I figured we can go to ask you because you're the expert more so when it comes to this. Like, I'm cool with chemistry, but when it comes to the abilities, you always doing player reviews, using them, so you probably know more about them than I do. So I figured I gotta get an expert opinion on this, and so what we're going to do right now is rank the abilities from best to worst. And now, I got mine in two categories. I think Gutfoxx has his already ranked. So,
yeah,
you want me to go first?
I did mine like 5 minutes before the show, so let's do yours first.
Okay, so I got mine ranked in two separate categories, like I mentioned earlier. We got the ones that are common, the ones you see on pretty much like a lot of the players, and the ones that aren't. So we're going to go with the ones that are common first. So my number one favorite ability over here is Jump the Snap. And then follow that by Identifier, Battle Ready, Focus Kicker, Conductor, Energize, Playmaker, and Hot Hands is last. And the abilities that aren't common, we have Gunslinger, Secure Attack, Layer Pass Blocker, and Tip Drill.
Okay.
And so the reason why my list is like this, I mean to cut you off, is because so people might get mad at the Conductor being so low on this list. I don't think Conductor is as valuable as everybody makes it out to be. Being able to make 2 audibles before play is not that game changing.
Okay.
Like it's cool in a solo challenge. You're trying to like just cheat the CPU, but online you got enough time unless you're chew clocking. If you're not chew clocking, you should have enough time to make these adjustments before. So when these quarterbacks come out with these 2 chems or the 1 chem deep threat and conduct, I'm like, this is a stupid card. Like, can we at least get like maybe like just 2 deep threat and like a chain move or something like that, and be a little bit more better than just the conductor chem. But everybody likes that conductor chem so much, even though I don't find it practical. But it's more practical to Energize, Playmaker, and Hot Hands. Hot Hands is dumb. I don't understand it. And then Playmaker, I don't like that either because I don't really get the Playmaker ring. You don't got enough time to pocket to do that.
Okay, so I got quite a bit of disagreements with you here.
Right,
I think I should go through my list.
Yep.
And then we'll talk about it. So my number one ability is Conductor.
Gotcha.
And the reason I say it's number one for me, because there are some certain sets, there's like the Bunch Strong, that when I'm in Cleveland, I run that, I don't know, 10 or 20% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just counted up in my head how many adjustments I make to one of my favorite plays. I make 5 adjustments on the line of scrimmage. And having the Conductor being able to do 2 movements versus 5 saves me 10, 15 seconds. And I take a while to pick my play because I try to think about what my opponent's done. So I'm kind of a delayer when I don't automatically pick plays. It does take me 5 to 10 seconds to think about what play I want to run, select it, and then get to the adjustments, get up to the line. It takes 7 seconds. But so like when I do it's the deep corner. I don't know if you've seen out of the bunch strong, the deep corner. But basically I streak the inside wide receiver, slant the outside wide receiver, drag the tight end, block the halfback, shift my line left or away from blitz in order to stop the 3-4 edge heat, which I oftentimes face. So that's 5 adjustments. So that's why conductor, there's certain I make a lot of adjustments at the line of scrimmage frequently. So that's why I put that number 1. Number 2, identified. I put identified number 2 because seeing that opponent's user, I know a lot of top-end pros like, oh, you basically know where the opponent's user is, but sometimes it's kind of hard to see, and they kind of surprise you at who they come out as. Generally, a lot of guys stay on the same guy all game, and that's whatever. But it helps to avoid throwing picks to their user.
Yep.
Third, I have hot hands. I know you said hot hands and conductor was trash. Was that what did you say?
No, I said hot maker, hot hands and playmaker are the last 2 on my list.
So I like hot hands because I used that Urlacher for a long time, and the only reason I switched to Shaz is because he's so fast. But I got some really nice, like I was picking balls, like 50-50 balls that would generally go to the receiver's way, and I was taking that out of their hands with Urlacher. So I really liked hot hands using that, and I had a hard time giving up Urlacher as a user for that purpose. He's just +5 speed made me do it.
Gotcha.
Fourth one for me is battle ready. Which one did you put that one at?
Fourth one for me is focus kicker.
What? Oh, I forgot focus kicker.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a kicker.
Yeah. So I didn't get focus kicker in here.
Okay.
Focus kicker, I would probably.
So on my list, that's above conductor for me because that one I can see that being practical. If you can't make kicks in this game, because they are kind of hard.
Yeah.
But that's why it's fourth on my list above conductor. But conductor, I didn't expect conductor that much. It's not last. Like it's above the 3 that I think are kind of just dumb.
Okay, I would put focus kicker right behind battle ready. The thing is, what I worry about was secure blocker, the one I have right after battle ready, is it's only a one guy, and I haven't used that guy. But from what I've heard about it, it's great. Not getting that insta block shed. So I'll put secure blocker then. Like if I can get a whole offensive line of secure blocker, that would be nice to try that out to really test it.
Okay, so is it insta block shed just in general, or insta block shed against jump the snap? Like
from what I hear, it's insta block shed in general on pass rush.
How would they just fix the blocking in this game? Like, why do you have to add an ability for that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Okay, all right, sorry, go ahead. Proceed.
But yeah, I mean, like, all right, so these we could talk about that blocking in the game too. Like,
yeah,
these are top end defenders against top end offensive linemen, and generally you see the offensive, like you see Walter Jones or Joe Thomas will shut down top end guys, or more often than the pass rushers will win those kind of battles. Because the tackle generally wins every time. So there are insta block sheds in the NFL, but it doesn't really happen against like Tyron Smith or something like that.
Yeah, it happens against the Vikings offensive line. If I'm using somebody not the Vikings offensive line, like I should be able to like stay in the pocket. But I can understand jump and snap just running right by those dudes, but adding an ability to a feature in the game that's kind of broken makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one thing everybody I hope we feed back to EA that they want to change for Madden 18 is the O-line, D-line mechanics, because it is broken, as we've all seen. And I think it has to do with stats not mattering, because you see all those guys from Browns O-lines. All right, after focus kicker, I go playmaker, because I see a lot of top guys using playmaker. And I went against one guy who used playmaker pretty darn well against me. And when it's put in the right hands.
So the playmaker, for those that don't know, by the way, you can make two... not two adjustment, but you can.
No.
What? No, it's not two, right?
It's only one, but you can make it. It makes it really quick cut.
Oh, this really quick cut because you can do that already.
Yeah, but it's not that quick.
Okay, so it's just a little bit quicker, kind of like how Gunslinger is, where it's just a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's like Man 16
so
cuts.
I thought you can playmaker guy twice, so that you can do that twice.
No,
just once. Okay,
I
was wrong about that. That might be last now.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I haven't tried secure tackler, but that's right there then. Tip drill, energize, jump the snap, and gunslinger. The reason I put jump the snap so low is because I don't use the D line.
Yeah.
It's great in solos if you use the D line, but otherwise it's essentially useless. And then gunslinger I hate because Brett Favre threw the ball into the back of so many offensive linemen that it didn't seem to work for me. And Brett Favre's card was trash for me. What was your
the
opinion on
Gunslinger
that?
Chem probably should have been a little bit better than it was, because like I saw your breakdown of it, and it really wasn't as important as I thought it would be, because people were saying this is gonna be cheese on screenplays, this is gonna be amazing, getting rid of the ball so quickly, and like it just was like one frame faster.
Yeah.
So I feel like Gunslinger could have been better. Like it could have been probably so much more noticeable than it is. Because on deep ball you could see it, but when anything short and intermediate, you're like, nah, this is Jason's just a regular quarterback, just super expensive to get. So I can see why he's last on your list based off your plays. That's why I separated the two from that aren't common. Because the common ones, because we'll probably see more people using Gunslinger Chem if it goes on like an Andrew Luck type, but right now it's just on one quarterback that's super kind of expensive. Nobody really wants to pay you right now unless you want Brett Favre.
Yeah, exactly. And I was really hyped for Brett Favre card. I was just pissed at the traits they gave them. It's like they forgot about his traits and gave him paranoid, which made him just terrible under pressure. Like I don't know if you saw my gameplay today against T-Raw, but that's the reason I was able to beat T-Raw, because Favre just sucked under pressure. Like overthrowing passes right into like Cam Chancellor's hands, and I was like, oh, I'll take it. But yeah, I dumped Favre. Didn't like him.
That out. Yeah, that's why. That's why Brady's probably the best quarterback in the game right now, because he probably doesn't have any of those things Favre does.
Brady's got perfect traits. I love that Brady card.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
but you really like Conductor though, because you make all those adjustments on one play.
Yeah, I think.
So could you make those adjustments if you picked your play early or no? Probably not. You probably wouldn't be able to then at that point.
Yeah, just the way I play, I make. Yeah. I don't know. I try to make a lot of adjustments to try to beat what my opponent's doing, but then they have the chance to out adjust you. I notice I struggle a lot on defense when I'm going against quick snappers.
Yeah, I think we all do. The quick snappers, and they get out there and just start going, not really doing anything, just making those adjustments while they're hurrying you up. Which I guess that could be a good thing for a Conductor thing. Yeah,
go on.
On plays like that where they got you in a mismatch and they're coming out here hurting you up and no huddling you, and they're just making the adjustments while they're going to the line. Then I can see why it's practical, but other than that, like I use Colin Kaepernick, and I don't really struggle to make like these adjustments. If I know my opponent's using the right end and he's going to send an overload, I just roll out of the pocket. Like, I don't really think the Conductor is going to, like, I can't make an adjustment to something that's going to prevent him from overload my blitz or overload my offensive line, I shall say.
Well, how you block that overload is blocking your running back and sliding your line away from it.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. Like I see a lot of people I said I struggle on defense against quick snappers, but then you see like the top end Madden players on offense, they all like take their time, make the adjustments, because I think they figure their opponents can get their adjustments in under 7 seconds, which is the amount of time it takes to walk up to the line. That they like just wait and see and then try to adjust from there. So like I think maybe I just need to get better at defensive adjustments and what I kind of want to do. But that's me.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't really watch the top guys play, but I'm trying to think of why would they take their time when they know what their opponent's going to do. If you know your opponent's going to send this, I guess they just want to. I don't know. It has to be something to that, because if everybody's doing it, there's something that we don't know. Like it's just not random. If everybody out here who's top competitor, top 1% is doing the same exact thing, like there's something that we're missing right now.
Yeah.
Like, we'll figure it out though.
Like you ever see Problem on his stream set up his defense? He's like clicking these buttons rapid as hell, getting his adjustments in to set up his play, and then by the time they're at the line, he's already set up, and then the opponent's like, all right, well, I know Problem's set up with his thing, so now I got to adjust, and I get to make all these hot routes and whatnot to try and beat his adjustments that he's already set up. So that's I think why they take their time, because they can, because quick snapping against Problem just doesn't work.
That makes sense, yeah, because if he's quick snapping without the adjustments already, you're just going to throw into probably a zone or just get sacked. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I can see why that could be practical, but I still don't find it I still don't find it better than Battle Ready, Identifier, Jump Snap, or Focus Kicker for what the practicality is for just us average players.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if you guys agree with us, disagree with us, listen down in the comments section below. Let us know what your top, I guess they're like, how many are there? 12? Let us know what your top 10 is for the traits. Top 10 for the abilities over here in this game are.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know. So what would you asked me this question beforehand? You can do it. What abilities would you like in Madden 18?
Yes. I was thinking about this abilities I want to see over Madden 18, because right now the abilities we have over here in this game really aren't just crazy. Like I think like I said, the best one we got is Jump the Snap, just based off like you can see somebody just run off the line immediately and it just looks visually amazing. We'll probably get some of this stuff right here, but I would like to see a press, or on the opposite side, just a free release for receivers. So that way, guys who in real life don't really like for example, I'm kind of mad that Chad Johnson got the playmaker Chem, because if you go watch that dude highlight, he didn't get pressed. Like, they had a perfect opportunity to get this guy a free release, so that way nobody could jam him at the line. And that would kind of allow your opponent to make adjustments. Oh, he has Chad Johnson, or we're not going to press this guy. We're going to go ahead and play. If my DBs are pressing, we'll make sure he's not up on the line of scrimmage, because it's just going to be just a free release. And that would have been kind of a cool thing to see, because like those NFL films, like if you watch some video of that, it's ridiculous. He'll tell a guy he's running a quick slant, guy tries to press him, he's like, "Nah, he ain't doing this," and just runs right by him. That's so amazing to me. So that would have been kind of cool to see. So I want to see that on offense with the free release, and on defense something where your DB like a Sherman type, or anybody, you can just press somebody that like a guy that's jamming receiver at the line. Like Quentin Jammer is the perfect name for it. I don't know if he did a good job of jamming receivers, but that's a perfect name.
Yeah,
that's the guy I'm thinking of right now. So if like or to Aqib Talib jamming a receivers, I would like to see that new Chem over here in Madden.
That'd be cool. I just thought of this one right now. I got two of them. How about this one? How about Never Caught? Like a Chem for like Hester, like throwback Hester, where like they accelerate and they never stop accelerating. So they're going like 40 miles per hour on like the I don't know, just something random, but like they're going like ridiculously fast by the time they cross the goal line after an 80-yard dash. So they're never caught by the defense. Like nobody can catch them.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be kind of funny to somebody gets like murdered because they're running so fast, and then like they don't see a guy and just gets a big hit. that ball would have to fly out though. Like that ball would have to fly out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That'd be kind of fun to see. Just see like these great kick returners. Hester, he's probably the fastest one, because I was gonna say the Josh Cribbs, but he wasn't really that fast.
No. Hester was the first player to ever have 100 rating in Madden, remember? 100 speed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. I could that'd be kind of fun to see, just to have these nods to certain guys that were good at one thing.
Yeah. And then this isn't really ability related, but I'd like to have chemistries have a downside, Like have like you can put on these certain chemistries. It kind of goes back to my crafting bench idea from earlier. But like these chemistries have +1, +2s, but like say you can get a +5 to like a couple stats, but then like a -3 to a couple other ones. I think that'd be cool.
I feel like that would be cool, and then you realize your awareness doesn't matter at all. That's what it'll be. It'd be like you'd be out here with a +8 boost to block shed and speed, and like a negative boost to awareness, strength, and play recognition. Stuff that they say matters. Be like, nah, that don't matter at all. That'd be funny though. I would like to see people just create just cheesy cars. Maybe there could be a mode dedicated around just that, so that way you don't got to take it into a competitive scene, but it can just be just round friend, just to experiment with like testing, because you really can't test over here like you want to when you're playing a Madden practice mode, because you can't get to get the same ratings or the same I guess sliders, which would be, I think it had to be different. I don't know what the sliders are for Madden Ultimate Team, but they aren't CFM sliders. I'll tell you that.
No. Like I know this has been asked for a lot, and I'm just gonna repeat it, but a practice mode for MUT is what a lot of people have asked for.
Yeah. That could be something to talk about when we get to the wish list thing.
Yeah, go ahead and give us one of your wish lists for Madden 18.
All right, so every week, before we end the podcast, we'll try to give you guys a wish list item that we want to see over here in Madden, because I guess it's the time right now to start suggesting things, even though they're probably not even going to be listening to this, but hopefully they do. Hopefully these guys down here check it out. But the one thing I was thinking about they should add over here into Madden 18 is they need to, obviously this kind of be a boring answer, but for kickers, guys like Justin Tucker, guys that are Dan Bailey, guys that are super accurate, their kick meter from 60 or 50 yards shouldn't be the same sliver of, I'll call it health, the same sliver of health as a kicker such as like a Mason Crosby or a guy with like Greg Zuerlein, guys that have really good kick power but the accuracy is sporadic. Why do those guys have the same sliver when you're trying to come down and get the accuracy portion correct?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, that accuracy with Mason Crosby. He just beat the Cowboys twice.
I mean, Mason Crosby for his career is probably, he's a good kicker, but he's not Justin Tucker or Dan Bailey. Like he's cool. He's like a tier underneath those guys.
Yeah,
but his kick meter accuracy, his kick power should probably be higher because he got a leg. But I feel like that sliver, like it needs to be bigger for guys who are more accurate. So like, 'cause for example, like there's no point in using the Justin Tucker in this game who's more coins than a punter for some reason, because the punter you can play out position, by the way, and use that kicker. But a punter with like 90 or kicker with 99 kick power and 0 accuracy at the same sliver as a guy with 99 accuracy.
I think you're just asking for a visual difference because I think the kickers actually do have different accuracies.
Oh, you think
depending
they do?
if you miss. Yeah, if you miss,
Oh.
there's a certain leeway you get with higher accurate kickers.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's a testing video right there.
Oh,
okay, so visually.
It's definitely that way.
I didn't see that then because if that's the case, I might take that back. So visually, though, like you said, yeah, so just make the meter bigger for guys who are greater at that than others.
Yeah, I've for my edition, I've said this a few times. I want like a Madden 17. It's kind of what you talked about just a few minutes ago with a create your own type of thing. I want like a tavern brawl type thing where it's kind of I'm stealing this from Hearthstone, where every week they give like different rules in the game. So like 1 week, it's like you know those events that we're getting, like those Blitz events every Friday. Last couple of Friday, those playoff Blitz events, something like that. But instead of like regular Madden football, it becomes like 7-on-7 or extra gravity or no gravity or not no gravity, but like light gravity. So like the players can throw the ball 90 yards or something like. So I don't know. You can do
you
a
want
million.
the old Madden cards back over here, like the Madden cards from like Madden 09, where you can like kick a 99-yard field goal.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like just random
it just has
types of
different
events
game
like that.
rules for like 2-minute quarters or something for those kind of weird rules.
That could probably bring some freshness into it because right now, like that kind of leads us to the next topic. People are going back to Madden 16 to play.
Yeah.
Because of what's going on over here in this game this year.
Yeah, so talk about that. Give us a little background on that, Tex.
All right, so a couple people I follow on Twitter are going back over to Madden from last year to play just because they're not really having fun with this year's game. Outside of the +1s, outside of the, I guess you can call it repetitiveness because there's not really much going on. We're getting the same stuff every single weekend. There's no variety in anything that we're getting. So people are going back to Madden just to play and just have fun gameplay-wise. And I guess that's just because the gameplay this year, in some people's eyes, is missing something. It's not as fun as it was last year. Even though we all bitched and complained about the aggressive catch, it seems like that kept a lot of people playing last year because it's kind of like the get out of jail free card. So people are going back to Madden and playing Madden 16, trading cards, pulling packs, reminiscing about the good old days, and just putting Madden 16 on the back burner or Madden 17 on the back burner until Madden Team of the Year drops, which will probably be sometime in the next couple of weeks, or if not already out when this goes live.
Yeah, we'll see that one in hindsight. But
yeah,
about Madden 16. You know,
what was your relationship with Madden 16? Like, how'd you feel about Madden 16 compared to this Madden?
You know, I said this when Madden 17 came out, that I definitely like Madden 16 gameplay better. And thinking back on it now, I hadn't heard this until you sprung it on me pre-show, and I'm thinking back about it. Like, there was some cheese in Madden 16. A lot of people hated the aggressive catch, and I was never really completely in the camp against aggressive catch. Yeah, it added a bunch of randomness factors into it, but like that's kind of real life though. Like, don't guys get just caught over constantly? Like that's a lot of top tier offenses like Julio Jones, just chuck it deep. Or you saw Dez Bryant, that's how he just destroyed the Packers. Throw it to Dez, he's gonna catch over Gunter. I
that's kind of how it was last year too.
I kind of miss it because now all we're facing is cover 2 defenses to face against the swerve. I know last year, I think the people that hated it threw a lot of cover 3 nanos. Like you saw a problem in the tournament. Keep throwing his looping blitz, his cover 3 looping blitz, and then was it Stiff kept just chucking it deep and beating him on aggressive catches.
Yeah,
like, oh, that's
Mike Evans
got no skills. Like, no, problem needs to adjust to that aggressive catch, and he wasn't. And that's his fault for not going 2-man under or something. Like, whereas this year, like, you get the swerve now against cover 3. Or I've been swerved against 2-man under, and oh my god, I hate it. But people think of people argue that it's a legitimate strategy to swerve because it takes skill, and I couldn't disagree with them more. I really wish this were without this game. But yeah, about fun gameplay, with the exception of the inside zone and some overpowered plays, I did like Madden 16's gameplay a lot.
I didn't mind it either. So the aggressive catch, I made a video about how they could improve it because I don't think the issue was with the aggressive catch per se. Because again, I'm cool with random things happening because it's a football game. Scripted animations, I'm not a big fan of. But when you will get caught by Brashard Perriman or Drew Archer or anybody that has like low catching, like anybody can do this. Like there was no obvious. They said top guys can do this, but again, EA when they say top guys can do that, basically means everybody can do it. And so because of that, it was kind of annoying to see that. So I was like, they can fix this easily. Just give it to the talented receivers, Antonio Brown, the Des Bryant, and if a guy that's not as good as those guys can do it, maybe he can do it occasionally, but not every single play. And also they can fix it by just giving those guys injuries, take them out of the game for a couple of plays. If a guy comes down with a ball, lands on his back, he's probably gonna go out of the game. It happened to Philly Brown last year. He made an aggressive catch in the Super Bowl, didn't return. He left. He was gone because he had like bruised lungs. Like, so they can do things in order to tone it down, and people use it sparingly, but they just decided to take it out completely this year, which then forced people just to basically lose games online, because now people were, like I said, running the same Tampa 2 overload blitz, and there's not really anywhere you can go with the ball except for to the flat, which may result in a big hit fumble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can like beat it down the sidelines if you have the right timing, or like, but yeah, the Tampa 2 that just floods the underneath is kind of a pain in the ass, because it's hard to pick between the zones because there's just so many of underneath. But
everybody's so fast this year, and on offense everybody's the same speed. So you got guys like Clowney out there that can catch up speed wise. You got users like Shazier. So it's kind of, the windows are tighter this year, more tighter than they've ever been.
You know what's kind of crazy? There's a cover zero defense going out around the Madden universe and the MUT universe because the speeds aren't very different. It's crazy that a cover zero is super effective against the deep ball in a football game. Like, yeah, it shuts it down. Like the swap button, because it's so good, it's just like, nah, call cover zero, you'll stop the deep ball, no problem. It's like, what the how was that? I mean, why is that a legitimate strategy? Like, there's I don't know.
And if you had a guy with a free release, though, you can make some adjustments and put that guy out there so you can't be out here cheesing you with the cover zero.
But you don't press on the cover zero.
Oh, you don't press either? Okay, so they just probably play back then. So they blitz everybody with the
yeah. But because your corners are what max out at like 92 speed, and the wide receivers max out at 93 speed, they're not going to beat them deep. You're going to get that swat. So that
makes sense. Okay.
And then you put two flat routes out there from your outside linebackers, and then you use in the middle, and then you kind of got the whole field locked down.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing. That wasn't the thing last year. You had to at least account for somebody going deep, so you had to have at least somebody back there, or take your chances with getting that animation where you got to pick, but then the guy snatches it from you, then steps over your corpse and walks in the end zone.
Hey, you know what what's a great ability? We were just talking about this. Aggressive Chem Madden 16 ability on those top end receivers.
I would like that. I would like to see that brought back, just for the special ones. Just for the imagine how much would that card sell for? Like, just speculate. What would that card sell for? An aggressive catch Madden 16 throwback.
Oh God.
He's gonna get aggressive catches 75% of the time.
Yeah, a couple million maybe. If it's a top end receiver,
that would be kind of cool to see. That'd be kind of cool. They could program that back over here in this game, but then it'll probably screw it up. And everybody can do it because that's how they do things.
So I'm looking back at I just booted up Madden 16 when you brought it up, and I'm looking back at my team. I got golden ticket Des Bryant at tight end right now. Oh man, I missed that cheese so much. My backup tight end is Hines Ward. Oh God, I missed that cheese so much. Yeah, all 99s across the board. Oh, I love it. I missed that game. Big fan of this team. Maybe I should go back and get some gameplay with Madden 16.
Yeah, you should just go compare and contrast this year.
Yeah, golden ticket Dion, golden ticket Rogers Cromartie. Was that golden ticket Lott? Yeah, this is a pretty good team. Maybe I should boot up a game.
Yo, if you guys are looking to try to swap some Madden 17 currency for Madden 16 currency, hit Out Gutfoxx. He got some players that might be able to throw your way.
Yeah, I don't want any of that. Yeah, the 4th of July cards are really cool too. Anyways, it's amazing looking at these 100+ stats on these cards. I'm like, are we ever going to get these 100+ stats in Madden 17? What do you think?
Well, if we do, it's going to be an update, because right now there's ways you can get over 100 ratings on cards, but it doesn't show up on the back of them. So right now on my team alone, I got 3 D tackles and that can get 101 block shed. But right now, I have not seen them yet. So I wouldn't like them to not give it to them, because I think that's false advertising. I think I don't think there's a way you can prove that those ratings matter. And the only one you can actually practice is speed. But I tried the kick power one last year, and there was no variance between that. So I would not want to see that. Just keep 99s. But if they do bring them back, we're gonna get an update for it. I guess that day will probably be obvious. So if you get updated Madden, it's probably going to be the same day Ultimate Legends drop.
Yeah, I don't know. So you don't think, like last year? I know there was a lot of talk about didn't Click would do a speed test where over 100 stats don't matter.
Yeah, he did one of those, and then people were saying that to test it, you have to see a +4 speed difference in order for it to actually show up on the field. Which, again, that kind of brings a good question as well. How do you know the difference between like 92 tracking and 96? Like, can EA like drop a video and explain what the difference is between those two ratings in particular? Because it seems like we just don't know, like, the speed. Like, obviously, speed we could see. We can see the difference between 93 speed and 87 speed. We can see that.
Yeah.
But everything else, you really can't tell the difference. So, and that's kind of why we don't think those ratings matter, because you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, and I'm trying. I've done a lot of tests on these ratings, and to tell a difference between the stats those close on something that's kind of like an RNG between two computer things, it would take a lot of tests, a lot of like one-on-one. How do I say, like, cut down type of like identical tests over like 1,000 identical situations, and seeing which one does better and how much better a block sheds. So it would be very labor intensive.
A lot of work involved in doing that.
Yeah.
But we don't got to. EA can do that for us. They got the game before we do. They can shut us up. Just put a video out. Just put a video out showing what this does, and we'll be all right. We're on board with you. Somebody still disagree with you, but hey, if you put a video out, I mean, at least somebody's gonna believe it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I still can't get over. I'm still roster baiting over here. I miss this team.
Oh,
I'm getting nostalgia now.
Stream.
So many hours into this team
stream from Mud 16.
Yeah. And well, just watch me run inside zones, and that's all I remember.
Inside zones, the wiggle stick. Oh, dog. You know what? I wouldn't mind Mud 16 gameplay over here if they just tweaked a few things. If they just got rid of the aggressive catch, if they just not fully, but they toned it down for those lower end receivers. They brought back the wiggle stick so you can do the double juke move. The juke moves, the energizer over there would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been so good. But unfortunately, they kind of nerfed all that this year, this gameplay. So I can see why guys are going back, because it's just so much fun. Every other week, I watch my Jeremy McKinnon montage. It'd be just like throwing screenplays and running inside zone and Wildcat, and just watching him just juke past dude. Like, it's just fun going back and just remembering, like, yo, I could do this last year. This year, you really can't recreate any of that stuff, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. I think Golden Ticket Ronnie Lott, fucking crazy. Sorry. 101 speed, 98 block shed, 100 play rec, 100 zone, 98 man coverage, 98 press, 96 catch, 97 agility, 99 acceleration. Oh my god. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not going to see those cards probably.
We're not going to see those cards at all this year.
There's
no way Golden Tickets get to this level this year.
No, because even the speed increase of Golden Tickets is only like a +3 at max, I would think.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess the fastest guy in the game right now is Dion, right? So it'll be a Dion Sanders. That'll be, like, probably the closest thing to what that Ronnie Lott is.
Yeah. Golden Ticket Dion Sanders, I got him too. He's at 100 speed. And I think our Dion cornerback's 95, so if they give +5 speed, it'll match, but I don't know,
we're going to see guys kind of cheesy. We're going to see guys for the Golden Tickets give them, like, pick specialist ×2 and, like, Phil General ×2 and ultimate freeze cam ×5 or some shit like that in order to get the guy to that rating, because it's going to be disappointing how slow they're rolling the ratings out. So, all right, before we go ahead and end this, because we've been going on for a while, who do you think the first 99 speed card in this game is going to be?
99 speed, it's got to be Sanders or a Golden Ticket, right?
You think so?
Yeah.
I was thinking Michael Vick and just make him 99 speed just for the hell of it.
That's true. Actually, there's a couple other things I want to talk about too, but yeah, I'd say Vicks maybe if he gets an Ultimate Legend.
I probably said that prematurely, but we can keep talking about it. I'm sorry.
No, okay. So competitive Madden, that dude Sly put out a video. Yeah. I was going to talk about this at the beginning, but let's just bury the lead. So there's been a lot of growing pains with competitive Madden. A lot of people complaining about the ladder issues, and then if you guys haven't seen that dude Sly's video on his channel, there's been some collusion to get people to Orlando, where they're holding the tournament, over other people by, I think what happened was, Dubby, I think he streamed all of his games except for the last one, and he lost by the exact amount to get him and his opponent into the next stages, and it's weird because they both had a lower points differential than this guy that got left out in their group stage. And I don't know what man's tiebreaker was, and I haven't seen it on Twitter feeds, or I haven't seen what the tiebreaker was, but it's not point differential, which is really strange to me. I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, it's not specifically, I don't think, is it in the rules that you can't, I don't know, coordinate, or probably?
I think in the interest of fair play, you probably can't do that because it's kind of not fair to the other competitors. But usually people who cheat kind of get weeded out. Like if a guy's over here like win boosting and get score boosting, those guys usually just get weeded out. But in this particular case, it kind of screwed one dude over.
Yeah.
So I can see why that one guy and the people who were supporting that one guy would be mad at these two dudes doing that. But like I said, there's nothing in the rules about it. Like, you really can't punish a guy for doing something that's not a rule for. Like, so I'm a criminal justice major.
Okay.
And you can't ex post facto. You can't just create a law and then charge the dude with the law after he did it. Like, if somebody did something wrong, make a law and put it in place. And then if that guy did it, you can't charge him unless he does it again. So in this case, if those two dudes really did, which it seems like they did because the evidence is kind of strong, did that to get that one dude out, it sucks. It's unfortunate. I wish it wouldn't have happened, but at the same damn time, hopefully going forward, they have a rule book in place where all these games have to be streamed, and nobody can do this anymore because they don't want this to happen again.
Yeah. Sly also said that one of them, there's one guy that plays games for another guy to get him there too, which is crazy.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that one either because it's so hard trying to qualify.
Yeah.
It's so hard trying to qualify. I think one of your podcasts, you talked to a guy, so he played 10 games a day.
Yep.
Like, just to, like, nah, dog, I need some help here. So I'm not mad at that because it's kind of a dumb process on how to get into these games. Because you can be the best player, but not have all the time in the world because you don't want to spend. Because if each game takes half an hour, but if you're a good player, you might make guys quit. But let's just say each game takes about 20 minutes. So that's, how much time is that? I didn't do the math in my head. 20, 40, 60, and that's 3 hours for 3 games. That's an hour for 3 games.
Yeah.
So if you play 10, that's going to be
3 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, close. Yeah. So every day. Yeah, I can see why somebody would play for him. So I'm not even really mad at that. That's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
I don't feel like that's a big of a deal in my opinion. If somebody's playing for you, like, it's cool now because you're obviously as good as he is. And so if two hits are better than one, and y'all can split the prize money when you get down there.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be kind of funny if they like switch controllers during the competition. They're like, all right, I'm tapped out. You got this. Imagine,
like WWE style.
Yeah, tag team partners, man. We're the tag team belts. I would enjoy watching that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm cool with that because it's just so much time you got to put into the game. So if it's 3 hours, 20 minutes a day, do that 7 days a week for probably. So how long was this qualifier for? Was it for 5 days? You had
to get to the turn. I think you had to play 3 games in this group stages, but prior to that, there's single elimination. I think you had to play 3 games in single elimination, or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Okay. So was he playing for him to qualify, or playing for him in the stages?
I think the whole thing is what Sly said.
Okay. Wow, so he paid somebody to play on his account to play for him? That's weird.
I don't know. They both run in the same group. I actually don't know what Sly said, but it was at least one game that this guy played.
I thought he was just hoping him just qualify. So he was actually playing for him.
Yeah.
While in the tournament.
Not for the whole.
I mean, there's no rule against that again, but that's weird though. Like, why would somebody qualify just have someone else play for him?
Yeah, because you think that person's just gonna lose first game.
Yeah, that's so weird. So he had to be playing for him the entire time. But it may be doing things. It had to be doing what I was saying earlier, where they're doing this thing together.
Like I've heard of competitors using multiple names in order to get more shots at the tournament. So say if they randomly lose with one of their usernames, then they're also in it as another username to so you qualify twice yourself, and then if you have multiple usernames, then you have more shots at the tournament, basically more tickets.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes more entries, more tries, like a lottery ticket. You just
keep
buying them over and over again.
Because we all know the randomness in Madden and whatnot.
Yeah. It's not a game that. That's why I don't think it can be competitive because of how random it is. But okay, I guess that makes sense. Then so why they're doing that? So I'm not really upset about it. Like, if somebody's playing for somebody else, it is what it is, man. It's like you hire somebody to do the job for you.
Yeah,
I work at a job that hires me to lift boxes. Like, they could probably do it themselves, but they want me to do it, so that's why I'm employed.
It's not the competitive spirit, I guess, is the argument against it.
Yeah, and neither is
glitching.
Some of these good teams in the NFL, like, just because somebody else is paying. How about you go get something somebody pays you to do? Like, I can't get mad at that. Like, if you're good enough to have somebody pay you to play for them, if that's the case, and money had to be exchanged here because you're not going to be doing that shit for free, then get your money.
So where does your morals come down on the whole money versus doing, like, if somebody paid you to kill somebody, would you do it?
It depends on how much they're paying me.
Nice.
That's
I like that. I like that you're open and honest about it.
I mean, like, it depends on like the situation. Like, I'm not gonna do the PRESIDNT. I'm not doing that. But like, it just depends, and like how much time I spend in prison. Got to mull my options over. But like, it depends on how desperate I am in the situation I'm in. Because I don't want to just say outright no, because you never know what situation you're gonna find yourself in a couple of years from now.
Yeah.
And so like, you can kill somebody for $10 million and nobody would know.
Like,
okay.
Like, if somebody offered me $10 million to go back in time and kill Hitler, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Might not be here because of that, because sometimes these things are funny about life. But I feel like we would all do that. People just say no because, oh my God, I'm supposed to say no here. But nah, I would think about it.
Yeah, I'd kill Hitler for like a pack of peanuts and like a thank you.
Think so? Peanuts, name of the history books. Gutfoxx is the man that murdered Hitler.
But no, it would have just been a random painter in Austria then.
Random painter in Austria.
That's when I'd kill him.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. I think there's one other. We got new most feared players. That was kind of cool on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of dragging it on. What do you think about the EA bringing back that promo? Was that the best promo this year or not?
Most feared. Okay, so I've been saying the milestones are the best promo EA's done all year. Now, I guess if you want to say best, like, pack player promo, is most feared, because that's the promo that gave you a chance to get free Freak of Nature just from playing solo challenges and playing head-to-head.
Yep.
So I think that was the best, and I actually wasn't even upset the cards we got this week. The prices were cheap. They were good. The chemistry I'm not a big fan of, but everything else was pretty dope about what they did this past Friday.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I kind of wish that they would have made them 7 foot tall, but I mean,
yeah, a lot of people bought these the most feared players thinking they'd go up on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I thought that. Well, funny thing about it, last year we had another Friday the 13th for most feared, and they didn't even morph them because I guess they just didn't want to because of the salary cap mode.
Yeah. Last year they said they were going to morph them, but they ended up not doing it because salary cap mode overranked them. Another way competitive players are screwing us regular Joes over from having fun, right?
Yeah, just basically infringing their beliefs upon us. You can't even have fun with 7 foot players. I enjoyed that promo last year. This year it wasn't that bad, but I enjoyed that promo last year. I couldn't even get a chance to play with those guys again because of the competitive guys. I don't want to play with 7 footers over here in this mode. How about take a week off then?
Yeah.
Come back in tomorrow. It's only there for a day.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't really like playing with the 7 foot players in regular MUT, but I would do it in like the tavern brawl mode if they had something like that.
The wacky Mad Ultimate Team mode.
I would totally do that. All right, I think.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's it.
I think that we are good to go. So I'm going to wrap this bad boy up. If you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and leave a like on it. By the way, if you guys want to get these every single week without going to either of our channels, you can subscribe via iTunes. Link will be in the description, as well as a link to Gutfoxx's channel, where you guys can catch his excellent videos. I love his videos, man. I try to watch him every single time he uploads.
Yeah,
he's my top 5.
I appreciate you saying the kind of words, but you don't have to lie to these people.
Gutfoxx, I'm an addict. I feel like, you know how there are sex addicts in the world and people who have sex too much. Okay. I am a Gutfoxx addict. I like just listening to people talk. And so I listen to you talk. I listen to my man Out Breach, and then I just watch their videos all day on a loop, and I can't get enough of them. So I need more of them, man. Yo, quit your job and do this full time. I got a guy that might give you a coin sponsor. All right. But yeah, check out the podcast on Gutfoxx's channel next week. Again, link in the description below. I appreciate you having me replace Sly. It's been fun, and I'm enjoying myself. This episode was actually, I was more confident this episode. I'm more confident, and more confidence is good. It's good. So I appreciate you making me feel more comfortable.
You were wonderful in both texts, and thanks for having me on. Thanks for joining. Thanks for accepting and being amazing yourself.
Man, this is fun. This is gonna be a fun ride. But yeah, this is MUTMEN, episode number 43. And hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And without further ado, I'm going to end the episode on that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to Gutfoxx. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week.